Hey everybody, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. Big updates for you. We're going to talk about Elon Musk. He is forming a case against the SEC. He tweeted out, I didn't start it, but I'm going to finish it. Talking about the SEC, guys. We know he doesn't like the SEC. Now he's going after them. Interesting times we live in. And we know the SEC is under a lot of scrutiny right now because they're screwing over the crypto industry. We know about the Ripple lawsuit, and now you have Elon Musk going after you. I want to break it down for you guys. In addition, Elon is happy about the DOJ investigating short sellers. So Elon doesn't like short sellers or bears, right? Neither do I, but he's on the offensive now. And we're going to talk about some big updates in the SEC Ripple lawsuit, where the judge has issued a denial to the SEC. This is big. It's more bad news for the SEC and more good news for Ripple and XRP holders, as well as the crypto industry. We're also going to talk about the Secret Service. Yes, the Secret Service that protects the president. They have launched a crypto hub. What? We just heard about the FBI forming a digital currency unit. We heard about Biden's potential crypto executive order that's coming soon. And all of a sudden, the Secret Service is forming a crypto hub. Guys, be patient, huddle. I'm going to break it all down for you. Before we get there, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. If you're listening on a podcast site, please give me a 5-star rating. Guys, be sure to check out my last 2 interviews that I uploaded, one with Chris Swenner, who's the CEO of Reach and Humble Swap. He's building on the LBRY blockchain. Be sure to check that out. And also the blockchain backer, many of you know him. We walk through the crypto bull market, where we at, and what are some price predictions for Bitcoin's retracement as well as alt season. Now, a quick word from our sponsors. First is LBRY, which is building the future of finance. LBRY is getting significant investments and adoption. There's a lot of tokenization on the LBRY blockchain, such as CBDCs and NFTs. Second sponsor is TaxBit, which is the leading tax service provider in the crypto industry. It is a service I personally use to do my taxes, and I'll be doing that and with the upcoming tax season, printing out my documents from TaxBit and handing them to my accountant. TaxBit makes it so easy to do it, guys. You just simply connect your exchange accounts. It pulls the data, all your transactions, and then provides the capital gains, capital losses, respective forms, and then you just hand that to your accountant. So to learn more about TaxBit and LBRY, links will be in the description. Now, the market, my goodness, guys, this Russia-Ukraine situation is really taking its toll on the market. And obviously, we've been in this corrective cycle with Bitcoin. The market follows Bitcoin, of course, but it's pretty bloody right now. It's blood on the streets. It's not for the weak, guys. You got to be strong here. You got to be mentally strong, not be emotional. Obviously, we're waiting for Bitcoin's retracement. I don't want to say, I always say, I should say, that these things are not guaranteed. There's no certainty. So we've been forming theses and looking at, what's happening. But at this point, it is a waiting game. We have to see what's going to happen next. I personally think that Bitcoin is going through its cycles. Yes, the news of Russia and Ukraine and the Fed is putting sell pressure and driving things in a downward motion. But I do believe, from my own research, that Biden's executive order is coming, and that will be, I think, a potential catalyst that drives Bitcoin back into the retracement, and then alt season will follow. Obviously, not a guarantee, not a certainty. So just a probability, guys. That's what I'm thinking about. But let's see what happens. I'm here holding long term. I know there's money to be made in this market. And I've already made money because I was buying since 2016. So when Bitcoin went to 65,000 or whatever it is, certainly, and even when Bitcoin hit 40,000, my returns were already great. So I'm still in a position of green, if that makes sense, because of when I started accumulating. Now, I still do some short-term swing trading, but I'm looking for higher prices. And as I stated before, when Bitcoin hits its retracement peak of about 55, 58, I'll be taking some more profits. And then, of course, taking profits in alt season. And, it's times like these when you look at the charts, you're like, yeah, a reminder to take profits, not get too euphoric when the price hits new all-time highs, right? And then we don't forget to take profits, because you got to remember what the down times feel like. So at this point, guys, it's a waiting game. And, blockchain backer has been using this respective fractal, and it seems to still be on track. Hopefully he gives an update tomorrow, and we'll see where things are moving, and hopefully there's no major deviation and it follows this path. All right, let's jump into the news, guys. So this user, Dr. Jack, on Twitter, tweeted at Elon saying, "What if Elon Musk, Tesla has been baiting the SEC for years, building their case on the level of corruption, and now they have enough evidence to go public with it all. Grab your popcorn, folks." Now, we're not even talking about the SEC and crypto right now. We're talking about Tesla and stocks. And these people know the SEC is corrupt. It's been rotten at its core for a long time. And that's why we saw all the shadiness with William Hinman and Ethereum and Jay Clayton and the lawsuit against Ripple. So even people outside of crypto recognize this, right? So that's my first point. Now, Elon replies to that tweet, my friends. Look at this, saying, "Building a case is exactly what I've been doing." Wow. He said, someone tweeted at him saying, "Hey, man, starting a fight with the SEC is not a great look." Elon said, "I didn't start the fight, but I will finish it." Wow. Bold statements there, my friends, going after the SEC. And it's funny enough, we are in alignment. Those of us who are XRP holders and crypto holders are in alignment. The SEC has been roadblocking crypto. Obviously, they haven't provided the clarity that we need, and they're being, very aggressive and trying to block as much as possible. And I personally think it's to protect the incumbents like banks, because Goldman Gary Sachs, I guess you could call him that, Goldman Gary Gensler. He is, part of the banking cartel. And I personally think, and this is my opinion, that he's trying to protect JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs and these guys, because they're getting disrupted by crypto. A lot of capital is leaving those banks, and the funds that usually go through them are going to stable coins now. They don't like that, guys. That's been the status quo for a long time, and disruptions happening. So they're fighting back right now. And the fact that Elon is building a case here, the SEC is in trouble. I think they're in big trouble. I think Gensler is going to have to resign at some point, and someone else is going to take over, because the PR buildup here from different angles, not just crypto, but stocks. And obviously you had the AMC, GameStop situation, and a whole bunch of other things. Even when it comes to accredited investor rules, people don't like what the SEC is doing. But we are now on the same side of Elon attacking the SEC, right? Because we've been covering, obviously, the Ripple lawsuit and Gensler not approving a Bitcoin spot ETF. They've been halting and blocking lending platforms, right? We talked about BlockFi and $100 million fine. Now they're going to go after crypto exchanges. So, it's pretty interesting what is happening here. Elon is also happy that the Department of Justice, the DOJ, is probing short sellers, so bears, right? People who've been trying to short. And we know a lot of these guys, these hedge funds, they do a lot of shady stuff, right? Many of you know about the GameStop situation, Melvin Capital, and so forth, and what took place there with Robinhood. And it just shows the system is rigged. When retail investors come together and they do the same thing that these guys are doing, all of a sudden you just disrupted the status quo. You guys are bad, you're evil, but it's okay for the wealthy guys do it. So much respect to Elon for doing this. And I actually tweeted at him, trying to get him on the channel, guys. So please tweet at him. I would love to get him on here. I've obviously interviewed former SEC officials, even current ones like Hester Peirce, and I'll be interviewing former SEC official Joseph Grunfest. So I'll ask him about this and Elon. But help me get Elon, guys. I would love to get him on the channel to talk about this, because he's our ally here in fighting the SEC. Now, something else that's going on with Elon, which is interesting, he continues to spread knowledge about crypto. We know he tweets about crypto. We know he's a big Dogecoin fan. We know Tesla holds Bitcoin on their balance sheet, including SpaceX. We know he's been talking about the supercharger stations for Tesla accepting Dogecoin. Well, he was hanging out with some hip hop artists like French Montana and Rick Ross at Kanye's Donda 2 event, and he was talking about crypto. I don't want to play the clip because it's like really kind of hard to see it, but he was wearing like a crypto t-shirt, and he's talking to people about crypto. It's pretty amazing what's happening here. So once again, Elon is an ally here, I believe, especially in the fight against the SEC. Now, talking about the fight of against the SEC, LBRY, which is another crypto project that is being sued by the SEC, they tweeted out the following today. The SEC just said in verbal argument in our case that they have not asserted that Bitcoin or Ethereum is not a security. They're saying the Hinman speech is his personal opinion. Now, we know that's a lie. That is the big cover-up that they're trying to do now. They put that out. Jay Clayton and the SEC, Jackson, all these guys were using it as gospel. They were going around on news channels and public speaking gigs saying, you know, the speech that William Hinman put together, this is how we look at things and the guidance and yada yada. Now William Hinman's the drunkle uncle, the crazy guy that don't listen to him. He was crazy when he said these things. Yeah, sure. So they continued here saying this 2018 speech from William Hinman, SEC's director of corporate finance, deemed Bitcoin and security not securities, with the SEC asserting in verbal argument today that this is just a personal opinion. They are saying the speech means nothing. Typical hypocrisy, pathetic lies from the SEC. The judge also declined requests from the SEC to move back to trial date in the SEC versus LBRY. So the SEC, one of the tactics they use is stalling. And I'm glad the judge pushed back here. This means the LBRY case is likely to be decided before the SEC versus XRP version of it. And we know that Hinman was collecting $15 million from Simpson Thatcher, and which was heavily invested in promoting Ethereum and Bitcoin and so forth. So where there's smoke, there's fire. Great to see LBRY, they're moving ahead in their case. Here's another big update around it. In one word order, District Judge Torres has denied the SEC's motion to file a Sir reply in support of its motion to strike. Attorney John Deaton weighed in on this, saying the SEC asked to file a Sir reply to cite a fellow district court judge's ruling from a different circuit striking an entirely different defense while not striking the substantially similar defense that's in question. The SEC should apologize to her for having to type denied. And this is great, guys. I love this. So Judge Annalisa Torres responded quickly to the SEC's petition with a one-word reply: denied. I love this. So once again, the SEC continue to look like buffoons. Ripple, I think, is in a strong position, as I've been saying for I don't know over a year now. I believe Ripple is going to win this. Will they have to pay a small fine? Yes, I believe so, for 2013 to 2014 or whatever. But XRP today will be declared a non-security, relisted on exchanges. That's what I personally believe. Obviously, I can't with 100% certainty say that is going to be how it exactly happens. But based on what we're seeing with the overall scrutiny of the SEC, the lack of regulatory clarity, the lack of fair notice, and obviously conflicts of interest, and just the public very angry at the SEC, I think Ripple's in a great position. Now, check this out. This is being covered by Reuters, and it says here, Ripple's top lawyer slams SEC for offensive use of unsealed legal memos. So let me give you the details here. What you think of two newly unsealed legal memos in the US SEC suit against Ripple Labs probably depends on which way you were already leaning in this closely watched test of crypto regulation. For Stuart Alirati, general counsel at blockchain payments company Ripple, the 2012 memos from Perkins Co. to Ripple's founders are evidence of the company's good faith as it tried to launch digital tokens without clear guidelines on how existing federal laws would apply to cryptocurrencies. So once again, the SEC was nowhere to be found when these companies were launching and even trying to approach them for clarity. Perkins Co. warned Ripple executives in February 2012 that if they followed their initial plan to sell tokens to investors in order to raise money to launch a crypto network, U.S. regulators were highly likely to deem the coins to be securities. But Ripple went back to Perkins Co. with a revised launch plan in October 2012. The law firm said in a second memo that it believed there was a compelling argument that the contemplated tokens would not be subject to federal securities laws, though Perkins Co. told Ripple there was still some risk, albeit small, that the SEC would consider its crypto tokens to be securities given the lack of applicable case law. So they were trying to do the right thing here, and they got a top law firm to give them the guidance. Even this law firm, I believe, also participating in helping Ethereum, the Ethereum Alliance there. So, this case is just getting massive coverage, guys. And this article is from yesterday on Reuters. So once again, the public scrutiny, the media, the PR press on all these things looking very bad for the SEC. Now, Monica Long of Ripple, who I've interviewed on the channel, she tweeted out today, yesterday, congrats to the builders, teams and projects bringing new cases to the XRP ledger and contributing to this growing community. Get to know the newest XRP ledger grant awardees. So there were grants that Ripple X was giving out for folks to build on the XRP ledger. So this is awesome, guys. They said, we're excited to award nearly $4 million in funding, as well as technical mentorship to more than 30 teams from 5 continents to build innovative projects on the XRP ledger. So more use case, more utility being built on the XRP ledger. A lot of it is NFTs and tokenization and so forth. This is great news. Now, I want to talk about some very interesting and big news. Here's the kind of the headline. U.S. Secret Service, crypto investments and transactions are not criminal. Thanks, Secret Service. Yeah, we needed that approval. Not really, but it's still bullish, guys, that they're coming out and saying this. The federal law agency launched a crypto awareness hub to remain at the forefront of both educating the public and combating financial fraud. And just look at the website here. This is secretservice.gov. And this was released February 18th, so not too long ago. And they have the respective press release. They have a video. They got all kinds of literature on here and definitions. My friends, if crypto was a fad, if crypto wasn't here to stay, why do you think they're launching this? Why is the Secret Service wasting their time doing this? They know this is here to stay. They know this is the new disruptive technology. And we covered the news report about a week ago that the FBI was forming their respective crypto units. They know this is the future, and they have to now prepare to put the guardrails, monitor it, make sure people are not doing scams, of course. And this is in line with what may be coming soon, which is President Biden's crypto executive order. This is very bullish news, in my opinion. You have government agencies of all caliber and types that are now getting involved in crypto in one way or the other. And I think Biden's respective executive order is going to have all these agencies work together and to form some sort of thesis and put forward some regulation ideas and things like that. Very bullish times ahead. I know the price right now doesn't reflect that, but we've seen it time and time again. If you've been in this market for at least a year, you've seen the boom cycles, you've seen the news, you've seen the adoption. Bigger boom cycles are coming, my friends. But it's up to you if you have the patience to wait through the market cycles. Now, speaking of big cycles coming, here's what Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, said. Remember, he was a big time crypto skeptic. He was trashing it on CNBC. Now he's a big time bull, huge investor now in exchanges and tokens. He tweeted out, crypto is going to become the 12th sector of the S&P 500. It's going to happen over the next few years. Watch. I absolutely agree with what he's saying there, my friends. Finally, Uphold becomes registered crypto asset firm in UK post FCA approval. A total of 200 crypto firms have applied for the UK's crypto license, but tough requirements have forced many to withdraw their applications. So shout out to Uphold. They're an exchange I personally use. They're the only exchange I know of in the United States that offers XRP despite this lawsuit. So they've got some balls on them to if I were to put it that way. While other exchanges are scared as hell, they are sticking to their guns here and their respective securities law team, and they are listing XRP, and now they're expanding. So that's awesome and great news. And once again, it's an exchange I use and I trust. And I have multiple accounts with different exchanges because I want to make sure I have off ramps. When this thing gets crazy and there's crazy high prices, one exchange may have a problem. I can go to another one and cash out and, have liquidity if I need to. So just an FYI on what I'm doing as far as cash out. Anyway, guys, what do you think about this news and Elon going after the SEC? Once again, I think we have an ally here, and I'm sure Gary Gensler doesn't like this. And don't forget, guys, please tweet at Elon. I have the tweet obviously on my Twitter profile. If you can retweet at him, and I would love to get him on the channel, talk about the SEC, crypto, Tesla, and much more. All right, guys, thank you for watching or listening on the podcast site. Appreciate you. Please hit the thumbs up button, share, and I'll talk to you all later.